Hi, and welcome to Group 5's presentation on social judgment theory. According to Mr. Musafa Sharif, social judgment theory, or social judgment involvement, is the perception and the evaluation of an idea by comparing it with current attitudes. Basically, we weigh every new idea by comparing it with our present point of view. To help a persuader or sender gauge a person's stance in regard to a question, a cognitive map consisting of 3 zones will be utilized. The first of the 3 zones is the latitude of acceptance, or the range of ideas that a person sees as reasonable or worthy of consideration. Next is the latitude of rejection, which is the range of ideas that a person sees as unreasonable or objectionable. And finally, there's the latitude of non-commitment. This is the range of ideas that a person sees as neither acceptable or objectionable. To begin, we'll start off with a question. And that question will be, how do you feel about taking on your fiance's name?
Well, with me, I really don't want to fully take it on. I would rather hyphenate my name because I feel like my name has always been a part of me. So I still want to keep his last name, but I would rather just hyphenate it.
Okay.
Okay, so because I more than accepted the idea of, because I rejected the idea of taking on my husband's last name, I am more towards the rejection side, but my acceptance side is I would take his last name, but I would add it on to my maiden name, so I would hyphenate it. So I'm more towards the latitude of rejection than the latitude of acceptance.
All right, and next we have Grayson, and we'll pose the same question. Grayson, how do you feel about taking on your your fiance's last name?
I feel like it's tradition. I feel like traditionally a woman should take the last name. Plus I feel like, as marriage, you're becoming one person, so that's just how I feel about it.
All right.
Okay, so I'm more for the latitude of acceptance because I completely want to take my fiance's last name. So I have no rejection or no latitude of rejection and no latitude of non-commitment. So how do you feel about that?
Well, I can understand a woman wanting to keep her own name and keep connections to the family she was born into. And I can also understand someone wanting to stay along the lines of tradition and take on the name of her new family, or take on the name of her fiance and basically start from there with that name. But actually, my wife and I, we just kept our names. It was we figured it was easier on paperwork, and we just said we'll try something new. Okay, in regard to our question, whether or not to take your fiance's last name, my cognitive map, I believe, would look like this, because I basically am not concerned either way. My wife and I actually kept our last names.